Hello. Oh, yes. Saturday came very fast. Hey, Fluffy. I'm doing very well, thank you. You? How are you guys? Hey, Parvati. Yeah, I see. Is that his new hair, Samara? I see. It could it be that it's red? Oh, it's looking good. It's looking good on him. Yesterday, guys, I was sharing pictures on Discord with you because usually on August 30th, or sometimes it lasts. It can be August 30th, or it can be even to September 1st. We have a very famous storm that happens during those days. That is called Santa Rosa's storm. And it's a very powerful one. It's and it always occur during those days, like final days of August till beginning of September. So yesterday it was raining all day. I got canceled by my nutritionist. Everything was like, it was raining really hard. It was raining cats and dogs. So I couldn't go anywhere. So that's why, my army friends were like, you wanted to watch Jimin and JK show, here's the link. So I was so happy that I actually got to watch, finally watch their series. I believe I watched five episodes. That's the I don't know how many they are, but five is what I found available. And I was laughing so much. Like those guys are hilarious. Those guys, I just miss them so much. That's why I try to avoid watching BTS content because um, I get very nostalgic when I remember that they are in the military. I'm like, oh, okay. That's why I avoid watching it because I get nostalgic. But I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. JK birthday's tomorrow. Yeah. I was watching, guys, if you haven't watched like this, even if you are not a BTS fan, you should watch these two Jimin and JK series. It's so fun. It's so fun. They're hilarious. And JK is looking amazing, like always, like him being this, amazing person. Also, he is so, not just that he's hyperactive, but also that he does everything. He does everything. He's always the one that cooks. So it's crazy the amount of talent that man has, and also how um how helpful he is, helpful he is, because usually we see certain idols that, yeah, you have the people that cook, that usually are the oldest, the ones that cook or prepare things. But in the case of JK is the youngest, and he is so helpful. He's so like, he can have his magnum moments, but at the same time, he's always trying to find something to do. It's like the man doesn't sit. I believe eight eight episodes. If I read correctly online, I seen five, but I believe that it's supposed to be eight. Mm. I believe Parvati was 2 months before. That's what they said. It was like 2 months, 3 months or so before they enlisted. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe it is Parvati. Yeah, Megan Thee Stallion is having another collab with RM, I believe, with Namjoon. I mean, I'm loving her collaborations, so I hope it's. JK was in charge of the washing machine in Bon Voyage. Remember? He's like the Cinderella of the group. I swear. I swear. It's like he's like, okay, I guess I have to lay down. He lays down for a few seconds, and then he's back up again, and he's like, oh, I have to do this. Oh, I have to do this. And also his mind is so interesting. How this is why maybe me watching this in Virgo season, I'm like, he is such a Virgo, because they were I believe they were having a drink, or yeah, they were having beers with Jimmy at the place. And I believe they were like artisanal kind of beers. And while they were drinking and testing them, and they were like, wow, this like the one that I chosen is really yummy, it's delicious. He was reflecting on it, and he was like, I should start doing my own. I don't know if he said like alcohol or beer. I don't remember exactly, but he was reflecting about how he wants to learn how to create his own like alcohol or his own brand of beer. I don't know. And Jimmy was like, oh, you have to get a permission for this, because I believe Jean has a permission to do liquors, and like you have to get a permission to do them. And also, of course, there must be a lot of training. Um, and Jimmy was laughing, because he was like, you and I were so different, because while we are drinking this, you are thinking, JK is thinking how he can make this himself. Like he's already thinking how he can learn to make this. And Jimmy is like, I'm only thinking that I really want to earn a lot of money. I want to earn always good money so I can afford drinking this. So see how their mentality, and I love it that he brought it up, because it's definitely, it shows how some people are more on they are so curious about like, okay, how is this made? I want to learn how is this made, and I want to learn step by step, and I want to do my own. And then there's others that is like, no, I just hope I have always the money available to enjoy these kind of drinks. So definitely, yeah, it's very different, their mindsets. Mm. That's why Reverend said he was Ravenclaw. Now I see. It's like the man is so is so. And also I seen him, doing like cooking some like a stew that he saw at the restaurant that he enjoyed, and he was sort of mixing all the. He even knew by memory all the ingredients that the stew was that was in it, and he was cooking it himself. So the memory that he has, the ability, um, but also the ability to put it into practice. Because sometimes we can be like, oh yeah, I mean, I have the memory, or I have the perception, I can watch this and remember how it's done, and I can, talk about it later. But another different thing is to be like, I want to replicate this at my home. I want to do this. I want to get on and do this. And he does it. When actually he and other idols of his age could be like, I better order this already made. I don't have to go and cook it. I can just order it online, or I can pay for it. Mm, mm, I don't know. We will have to sum up all the digits of his birthday. But yeah, I remember once we were talking about it, and we were like, we should pull some major arcanas to see what each idol gets. Remember, we were talking about it. We were talking about it. That it will be very interesting. Guys, I don't have anyone. I don't have a list today. So if you have, I know I have some Virgo idols pendant, but if you have some ideas for readings, I just came in today because the storm now it stopped raining, but the wind is very heavy, so now it start raining again. So it comes and goes, the rain. So I was like, okay, since we are all in our house, like in a sort of lockdown, I'm going to go live. But I don't have anything prepared. The documentary that Black Swan is in came out, and I love that Gecko is getting dragged. Oh, I believe I saw a few clips of the girls talking about that time that that Fato invited them to to her house, and her mom cooked this whole meal for them. She prepared everything, and like how this girl she wanted to leave. That was so disrespectful. That I was like, oh my god. I mean, I watched a small clip on TikTok. I cannot say I know what happened, but I was like, how can you say that? Like, even if you're not feeling well or whatever, if someone invites you to their house and also prepares meals for you, and just takes the time to prepare something for you, why are you like this? Like, I don't understand where that. I don't know who raised that girl. I don't know who raised that girl, because Brazil. I don't know if she's like a true Brazilian, but Brazilian people, I mean Latin American people in general, we are all so grateful for the grandmas, the women in the family, that we know that they put a lot of work for their children, and when they invite you, for them it's a huge deal. They put everything of themselves. So I can imagine, Fato's family, mother, putting all that effort to sort of, you know have this for the girls, and for that person to be that disrespectful. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't know where she comes from, but that is not someone that is educated, someone that I mean, I don't know. Maybe she doesn't have a mother that cooks, but for me, I would be so grateful to someone that did something for me and they took their time. I would be like, oh my god, even if I don't like it, I would eat it all. Mm, mm, ah, the mother. Mm, yeah, because I was like, like, why are you like this? That's so weaponizing her mental health and abuse. Yeah, that's one of the things that sometimes I also struggle so much when I watch, especially not some. I don't know about America, but or other countries, but um, in Argentina, usually I notice there's a lot of videos of these very therapized people that actually they are therapized by TikToks because they don't go to therapy. They just grab whatever TikTok has come out of that and they incorporate this language. And I'm like, why do you do that? Why do you act like you are so healed, like you are so woke, when you never went to you never did a therapeutic process yourself. But I do blame this for the people that create these viral TikToks. That I understand that you want to share the message, but at the same time, I understand that you also want to take this message as a content so you get viral and you get your followers. But you are not a therapist. That's what annoys me about, and in Argentina, I see it a lot. They start this story time, and they begin with, I heard from my therapist, my friend's therapist said this important phrase. I once was told by a therapist these words, and I want to share them with you guys. And they want to they do this, and I'm like, I miss so much the time where therapy and therapy language was private, because what a therapist says is not applied to everyone. So you hearing on TikTok doesn't mean that your journey to healing is already like. And the person that is like, oh, because my therapist said this and I want to share this with you. Yeah, your therapist probably said this to you, to your individual circumstances at the moment, but that doesn't apply to everyone. If you want to spread a message, maybe you, or awareness, you can go and be like, guys, why don't you go to therapy? Like, I went to therapy and it was like, I got better, or I found answers, but don't use it like a way to create content so people can follow you, because you don't have the authority and you don't even know what you're talking about. So I'm still watching the documentary, but I give more updates on my opinion. Hey, Chachalino. Hey, Akira. Also, about tarot is the same. About tarot, I noticed I actually stopped following some tarot readers here in my country because they with all these viral videos and everyone talking about like how a good therapist, not a good therapist, a good tarot reader, the meanings of the cards, what this means, how can you read tarot for the first time, if you have to do this or this, what is the right way to start. And also I noticed this in my videos and probably under other tarot readers videos, that there's these random people that they are like, oh, because you got these free cards, I'm going to tell you what they mean. Like, yeah, you got these free cards, but this one, literally, it means this. So what you saw in there is not accurate. Actually, you are reading it wrong. So sometimes I'm like, wow, I do miss the process of reading tarot for people and this being private. Because there's some things that are private, are, a therapist perception or advice. A tarot reading is what the tarot reader sees. It's not for you to be like, oh, because that card means this. And I think that you're reading it wrong. It's not just about what the tarot card means. It's a whole thing. It's a whole experience. So when I said that I saw this, that's what I saw. That is what I saw, or other people see when they read. You have the potential or have the possibility to write a comment, but it's useless because my reading is my reading, and a therapist's advice or view is their own individual review about what you're sharing with them in that moment. So you cannot go and share it like, like, oh, guys, I have a piece of information for you all because, you once my therapist told me, what? That's very fabricated empathy. I want to be empathic to other women. So I share what I know. I share my knowledge. Well, women, we are not the same, all. There's people that go through these experiences, and then there's others that go through very different experiences. So there's not an advice that applies for all of us. No, no. Hmm. Just that, but there's the thing with sharing these things, that at some point it used to be about tarot reading. It used to be something so private. You, even when your friends ask you, like, okay, how did it go? What did they tell you? What did the tarot reader told you about this? Did you ask her? And it was like, yeah, she said this, and we would share it, very like a small detail, not so much, because it was like a very like um mystical experience. So it was like, okay, what they said, I'm going to give it to myself until it comes true. People believing in the predictory, maybe. But yeah, about therapy, what the therapists tell you. And also, that since you have to go a lot of times, a therapist can tell you this today, but yeah, maybe tomorrow you talk about something else, next week, and their perception is going to change. It's going to change because we all change. We all change. You can expect a therapist in an hour session to sort of figure you out and be like, here, I have this piece of knowledge for you. No, it's more about what goes on in that session between you and the therapist that allows you to open up. It's not about you like grabbing the advice and be like, oh, because I got it, my therapist told me that this. So guys, I'm sharing it with you. No, it doesn't work like that. And also, therapists don't give advice. At least me as a therapist, I don't give advice. I choose a company. I don't give advice. Yeah, it was an intimate experience. Yeah. Making everything into content. Yeah. Now, if a therapist, a real therapist, is like, I'm making content of talking about different situations that happens in a consultation. I don't know, infidelity, breakups, traumatic experience. And she's like, okay, I have this case. I'm not giving names, but I have this case and we are going to talk about it. Then yes, then that's because the professional is opening up, is sort of telling you how they work, and also allowing probably the people that watch us to be like, okay, what would you have said in that situation? Is open to discussion. But it's an hypothetical conversation because we cannot give names. We cannot be like, oh, this person, the other day they consulted me about this. So here I have content for you. That's why we have this epidemic of people saying gaslighting, saying bullying for everything. Like, guys, like even at work. And I'm like, that's not bullying. Like, bullying occurs in a school. When you are an adult and you feel like someone is bullying you, that's not bullying. It's not called bullying. For example, in when it comes to work environment or workplaces, it's called mobbing. So it's like, oh, I was bullied by, oh, my ex, the narcissist, my ex, the psychopath. It's like you all have narcissist ex. You all have them. Okay. So you all have them. What a coincidence. What a coincidence that someone that you don't like is a narcissist. Trigger, like everything is a trigger. No, it's no, it's about, yeah, it's not about trigger, it's the truth. It's like I read stories of people finding TikToks or other content of their therapists sharing their stories, and they were horrified. Can you imagine, Georgelina? Can you imagine? Also, these women that they are in relationships with husbands that they don't like. Obviously, they hate their husbands, or they feel heartbroken because my husband disappointed me one more time in Mother's Day. He didn't give me a present, and I work and I'm with the children all day, and that person creates like a lot of content of a storytelling, and then at the end she's still with that man. So maybe you spend watching the storytelling of hers and be like, oh my God, how can she live with this man? This man is awful. Look what she's saying. Look what he's doing to her. And she's like, I'm going to leave him and I'm going to tell him this. And no, she continues with him. She continues with him. Or maybe she tells you that she broke up and actually it's for the cameras, actually it's for the storytelling. So you get emotionally invested in something that you're like, she went back to she doesn't want, she just wants to be seen. She wants to have the views. She doesn't want to separate. So, don't get involved. Don't be like, oh my God, this is awful, because probably she's staying with that person. So what? I remember there was this woman that she said she was like a single mother. She became viral, her and her baby, and she had a lot of supporters. She's a woman of color. She had a lot of supporters. And and her baby is beautiful. Like, but all the single moms, all people, they were ruling for her. They were like, we're going to, because she was like, the dad of the baby disappeared. He's broke. He hurt my heart. I don't know. He left me. Whatever. So it's me and my daughter. So people start donating. People were like, no, we cannot leave you being like this. No, how come you're alone with the child? People donating money. Well, the girl became so viral because, her baby is a doll, is beautiful. And the girl also is very young. I believe she's like 22, 23. And also conventionally attractive. So there was this like, oh my gosh, she's so young. Look what she's going through. But then people started dragging her because they find out that she was seeing the baby's dad again. So people felt cheated. People felt like, oh my God, how can you come back? No, because we are co-parenting, and people just weren't buying it. They were like, no, you're back with him, and he also had other baby mamas out there. He had a lot of other children. Like, it wasn't just with her. But people were, and I was like, but what if you're consuming this? Like, why? And also, she's a young woman. Let her. If she has to commit, she has to make mistakes and go back to her ex, or it's her life. But people feels entitled. This is what happens. And maybe this has to do with people also forming this parasocial relationship with TikTokers. People thinking that, oh, because I had been following you for these many months and years, and I love you. And they feel entitled. When you don't do what they want you to do, they feel entitled. I would try to sue or something. Yeah, definitely. Because she's breaking the confidentiality. Yeah. Yeah, if you watch this and if you somehow see that she has lied any kind of information that is like, oh, this is me. I just watched a video about that, recording you crying just to post it, the main character with virus. Yeah, I believe El Mundo de Andy has like the problem with the main character culture. Yeah. Almost like idol culture. Yeah, guys. Well, with idol culture, we're seeing it with this that is going on with Tail. People, instead of people focusing on the victim and being like, we want justice, we want this to be resolved. Like, the authorities need to continue working and investigating this. No, it's easier to be like, oh no, my bias would never, or oh, thank God I don't support that person, or I don't support that group. It's like, it's all about you at the end, and no one asks you. No one asks you. And also, a lot of people, I stopped following a lot, not so much too, actually, that they put it as a clickbait. They were like, they put in the title, instead of putting the name of the person, the name of Tail, and if you want to create content about what happened with Tail, and put NCT Tail, I am like, okay, that's him. But you cannot put NCT, and sort of like, just for views. So people are awful. People are awful. And I think that we should, take Tail's situation, and insist on this to be resolved and for the best for the victim, that is a woman. And, expect justice, and also for Tail to get the justice that he deserves. But for me, like, I think that it also is is healthy for me, as my point of view, is to also be respectful of the other members that had been working for so long, and that they are still working, they are doing their thing, they are showing up to work, even with probably the shame, the disappointment, everything that they have inside, that only them they know, but they are showing up to work, and they had been working all this time. They had been working. So I prefer to focus on, the members that are still working, that are still there for the fans, and separate, like, sales situation. Let's hope this results. Let's hope this brings a lot of noise, so people work harder, so authorities work harder into finding, like, the punishment that they believe is fair, and also, like, to take care of the victim. But people are just, I don't know how I can say it. It's like, at the end of the day, there's people that just, like, they don't think when they type. They are like, oh, because this is about me, and, like, oh, my group would never, I would never trust someone like this. It's like, okay, okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, because we support idols, and, like, somehow we are ready if something happens like this. We're like, oh yeah, I'm kind of expecting this. No one is prepared for this kind of situation. No one. No one starts admiring and supporting. I wasn't a tail bias, but I can imagine, the people that had spent money, time, all their emotions and feelings, and, the admiration, and all those times that will never come back, and the money. Let's not forget about the money, and you having to find this out. I just watched her video of the Black Lively and her new movie thing. So on point. Yeah, I watched it too. I was so surprised I didn't see a thing about Taylor the entire day. Like, people have already moved on, or so. It is scary how moving the K-pop world is. Yeah. Yeah. It's just that I think that, the other day, Samara also was mentioned this, that we should wait for the police report. We still have to wait to see, the updates of the police. Like, okay, what is the outcome? What do you know? What are the facts? Like, what is going on? Until we don't get that, is all people, like, being about the fan wars, like, oh, because I am, my morals are superior and whatever, and it's like, wow, okay, sure. Yeah, people are trying to make it about themselves. Like, I don't follow boy groups. Good for you, Women can do things too. Yeah, the human being is complex, Akira. And of course, like, I was the other day I was talking to a friend about this. It's like, and we were talking also the last live about this. Like, me as a supporter of certain idols, what I would expect, like, as a scandal, quote unquote scandal, for my bias, is for my bias to get caught living in a love motel, or living, even being drunk, if if that's a possibility of him acting like a man of his age. Of course, that we know that when it comes to an idol, that is very severe, punished by the society. But I would be like, yeah, that I would expect for my biases to at some point get caught being people or being just men. But I wouldn't expect my biases to be criminals. Definitely, that's not something that you will be like, oh, I'm supporting this, because one day, no, we don't that's not that doesn't even cross our minds. We are just, sort of celebrating, and we are just so happy to see them dance and jump here and there and just being beautiful and pretty, and that's what we see. We consume what they show us. We are not like, oh, he's a creep. No, no. Mm, mm. I think people could be triggered by all of this too. That's why they seemingly don't engage. Yeah, also that's awful. I've seen some people talking about this from their experience, because not just not being fans, but as a K-pop fans, there had been people that had shared their experience about sort of wanting to give their experience that they had been, in a situation where they felt also harassed, or maybe when they had stalkers, or when, there was an abuse of some kind. And this person was talking about, this happened to me. And this was a family member, or this was a friend of my family. And it went on for years and no one knew about it. He was a nice guy. He was just part of our lives. No one suspected. And he said this, and I appreciate this, but also I'm like, to the lengths that people have to go to even like share this very, delicate experience, to sort of prove or say like, when you say like, oh, the members must have known that this was going on. When there's abuse, those things, they are not done publicly. The person that does this is like a predatory behavior. People that does this, they're free, or, the reason why they cannot stop or they continue is because it's secret and no one knows. So, these people be like, oh, I wonder if the members knew. It's like, oh yeah, I'm sure. With all the tight schedule and all the things that they have to do and worry about, they will be like, oh yeah, Tail, please give me an update about what you're doing. It's not like that. It's not like that. And also, like, let's stop with this perception that idols live together 24/7. Like, it's not like that. They are not that close as you think they are. It's just that they can have a respect, of course, that on camera they can be like, oh yeah, this is my favorite, I have a great dynamic. But this person was sharing this part of his experience with abuse, and he was sharing it because he was like, I seen that people are like being like, oh, I'm sure other people knew, I'm sure everyone knew. Usually people that commit these crimes, they don't share it with others. It's a double life, or it's like, part of the compulsive behavior is for this to be secret. These people get the rush, the adrenaline rush, or whatever they feel from these people not knowing, which is disgusting. But this is how they move. This is why, if you think about Tayl's profile, if you think about I don't know much about Tail, because actually, one of the things that I could be like, okay, Tail caught my attention because he is a great vocalist, like the talent of his voice. But honestly, I've always, if you're like, oh yeah, I seen Tail, like he caught my attention different times. No, he was always the quiet one. He was always like in the back. That's why people sometimes they were asking, can SM give him more screen time? Can SM give him more gigs, individual gigs? Because he was a sort of like, he was just a very chill guy. He was just in there. And yeah, I mean, when he opened his mouth to sing, you were like, oh my God, what a great voice. But most of the time, he kept to himself. As a tail bias, I'm still in shock. We know nothing, and yet everything has changed. Yes, exactly, Catalina. Exactly. Exactly. We know nothing. We know nothing. And also, if, I think that these last months has been, for me, it was like with the whole Jungi situation as well. How many weeks we had heard of that? Like, oh yeah, it's a scooter. Oh no, it's not a scooter. Oh yeah, he was seen here. Oh no, he was not seen here. Oh, the alcohol levels. How many weeks we had heard about it? And people also making their own, like, you know, perception of, you know, but until it was sort of like, you know, the reality was this, or the police talked, or something happened. How many weeks we had been with the whole Jungi situation? A lot of weeks. A lot of weeks. So now this happened, that of course is not, in comparison, of course there's no comparison. But if we think like we're talking about the idols, it was Jungi, and now we have Tail, and it's like we cannot recover. We cannot recover. And also, since there's like a lot of language barrier, and there's a lot of things that probably we don't know yet, there's a lot of confusion. But yes, there's shock as well. There's a lot of shock. Predators are great at hiding. One of my father's co-worker was arrested for domestic violence, and everyone in the company was completely shocked because the guy was known as the nicest and most compassionate guy for years. Yeah. I had family member that was like this. He was so silent that, you know, it was weird because he would always like stay in the back, you know. And sometimes I don't know if it's my Scorpio moon that I get very sensitive when I see that there's someone in the corner watching us, you know, because I can sort of sense that they're watching from at some like point, you know. And I don't like that person that just is, like, I sort of understand about, you know, you being an introvert and you not wanting to be in the middle of everyone, but I don't know why I feel like if there's someone like watching me like in the corner like this, I'm not comfortable. I'm like, why are you like this? Like, why are you there? Like Ariel Castro, he had free kidnapped women for years while he was known as the nicest man around. He was a churchman. That also. Religion, fanatism, or just, you know, someone that is like probably the typical workaholic. The other day, guys, I was watching this old documentary about this woman that she was drunk, and she drove her van, and she created like a lot of a car accident. Like, she crashed against other cars, and in that van she had her nieces, her own children. Only one of her children survived, but all of them and her, they died. And in that documentary, the level of denial of the husband, I swear I wanted to slap the husband, because he would reiterate all the time, like, she was the perfect mother, the perfect person. I believe she was a manager. She was like the person that does it all, the woman that does it all. And so he was like, no, you know, when they discovered the alcohol levels in her system and another thing, like he was like, no, you are trying to stain her image. She's not like that. She had always been a very responsible citizen, and even her co-workers and people around her used to say the same. Like, she was this typical, like, the mother, the co-worker, the citizen that would participate in everything. Those people that are so hyperactive that they are involved in everything, all the activities, that you're like, how do you get the time? You have your children, you also take care of other children. Like, how do you manage, like, with all the responsibilities, and also you have responsibilities at your job, at your full-time job. How do you do that? Like, honestly, like, I really want to know. And she had this episode that she and there was in the car they found a bottle of vodka. So yeah, that's all we know, Samara. Yeah. mm, mm, yes, exactly. That you're right. Yes. I will say this: any additional information from K-pop stars on the internet is unconfirmed. All we know is that Taylor is under investigation for sex crimes. Yeah. And we are all expecting for him to get what he deserves. We don't care. We don't care. Like, we already let him, like, people are, covering everything that has to do with him. People are, like, dropping they are cutting him off the posters. They are covering his face. They are even, I believe, some content is being sort of modified to not see his face. We are already, like, he's no longer part of NCT. Like, he is a disgrace. He's like, and I think that, yeah. It's like, this that happened is not like a situation where you could be like, oh, but what if? No, there's no what if. It's like, we are removing him. He never existed. And if he existed, yeah, this was great. We saw your face. We saw who you are. We saw what you're doing. You're done. You're done. You're not. We don't want you to be associated with NCT. Never again. Never again. And also, like, not to this level of what he's been accused of. But we've seen some idols being removed of their groups, or actually leaving groups. So yeah, but in our case, there will never be, and I'm not talking for other fans, but I believe that in this case, there will not be, sometimes when I used to read for certain groups that lost a member, there's always a fan that is like, can you read for them to see if this member is going to come back to the group? Maybe it had passed a lot of years, but there's people still hoping. In this case, no one is hoping. No one is hoping. We are like, who? We don't know that man. That's how badly he had hurt us, and also how badly he has hurt the trust of all the other members. That also annoys me very much. That also annoys me very much. Mm-hmm. Because these fans are coming out the behind with random stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Has any member in the history of K-pop ever come back to their group? No, I believe not. But I don't know. Fans, I remember when I first started the channel, they were like, will they come back? Or maybe some group that is banded. Oh, can you read for them? And and it's like, they no longer have their name. They are not that group anymore. Like, can we drop it? It's like, let's focus on the future. Let's focus on the future. Okay, guys. How can we do this? Do you want me to pull cards about the tail situation? Not about the outcome, because, the cards have been very ambivalent about, how he's feeling, and, that I also brought the another deck. But I, I, I was thinking that maybe we could pull cards to see, him, SM, and the group, to see what is available. No? Okay. There's always one that is agrees. um, Maybe just the group and SM. Okay. I can definitely see that I don't have many citizens in the group. I need Marushka in here. mm. Yeah, I don't care much about the SEM. Maybe we can pull cards for the rest of NCT 1 to 7. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. 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 Okay. Yeah. Yeah. For NCT 1 to 7, we start with the Hangman, the King of Pentacles, and the Magician. Beautiful, this Magician. So yeah, it's all and we have the four of wands. It says joy and stability. So yeah, I think that honestly, this with starting with the Hangman, definitely things are sort of in the pause. I would say that the group is feeling in a sort of pause, probably shock. But we also have the King of Pentacles. So there's something about like, okay, we have to go back to work, or we have to go back to a routine. We have to master the resources that had already been invested in us. So even though it's going to be very uncomfortable, with the hangman, it's going to be very uncomfortable. Probably they feel like they spiritually they feel hung up, they feel upside down, But the King of Pentacles in the middle is a sort of reminder that we have to go back to work. We have to go back to work. It's like we cannot lose the opportunities that we already had sort of saved. Also the status, it's about also sort of keeping the status of the group. The King of Pentacles is someone that is known for being hardworking. So it's all about sort of being materialistic, I would say, and focusing on, it's like, okay, maybe mentally, emotionally, and spiritually we feel upside down. They will try to adapt. Also, the Magician is like we have to get the inspiration or the force out of anywhere. The Magician is like, okay, we have to be smarter about this. We have to go talk more, create content, talk to the fans, not to talk about that, but just adapt. They are very capable. They have a lot of talents, but probably they will have to make changes and adapt. Okay, how do we move on from this now? But yeah, a moment to stop. No. Probably they are feeling stuck emotionally. They feel the attack. They feel also probably that they cannot. This is not easy to express. I don't see any cards that talk about them expressing how they feel. Probably they don't want to talk about it. They will be like, I just want you to appreciate me for what I can do with my work. Don't ask me, because at the moment I cannot. I feel prisoner. But yeah, we have the four ones, joy and stability. So yeah, they will recover. They will recover. I mean, there's joy and there's stability, and also seeing them as the king of pentacles. There's this feeling of like maturity. I would say there's this, that even though there could be some people or haters that they could be like, yeah, look what happened. But the King of Pentacles is someone that is very, not just talented, but is someone that is really good at their job and is very mature and is very professional. So it's all about like, sort of putting the emotions and the uncomfortableness to a side and being like, I have to go to work. I have to go to work. Hey, Hope. And also the Magician is like, with what you have available, make it great. Make it great. Also, you guys, let me know if you if you can see me well, because today I turned off that light, so I don't know if you can see me. Because also today is cloudy, so there's not much light coming into the room. So someone mentioned, does anyone know something about this woman? Because I believe someone wanted a reading for this woman, Mihi Jin. What happened to Mihi Jin again? What happened to her? she got. Yeah. The woman got dropped as CEO. But she's still working with them. Um, from other CEO to producer or something. Okay. She's planning for another explosive press conference. Can you imagine? She's just taking time because now the news are very heavy. Yeah. Can you imagine? How many conferences had she had so far? Was it two? Yeah, she's a red flag. She has been in the industry, knows too much. She's still involved in Eugene's production. Mm-hmm. Guys, is there some Virgo idols that I haven't read for before? I remember Han. I know I have Han pendant of a Stray Kids. But I don't know other one. I don't remember right now. Mm-hmm. Do we know some? Because the other day I read for some Virgos, but Chocholino. I always thought that Chocholino was a Libra. Hyunjae? Didn't I read for Hyunjae or no? I think I haven't done Hyunjae, right? Who I did of the boys that but Sanyeon I did for the romantic. Last week I did Ki, Chen, Seungmin, Felix, Eugene of the Hive, Wonjun of Hive, Jonghoon, yeah, and all these actresses. No. I bet she will open the Pandora box of secrets of SM and Hive. Yeah, she's a scary one. Yoon Jae of God 7. I got Libra Mars. Yeah, Yoon Jae is beautiful. Nayeon. Didn't I read for Nayeon? Didn't I read for Nayeon? Mm. Well, isn't it twice? Two is solo album is coming out in September. Yeah, I read. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I read on July. I read for Nayon and Jenny friendship. Mm. But yeah, she's a Virgo. She is a Virgo. And for Joy, I read for Joy. Why do I feel like Virgo idols? We have a lot, and I cannot remember them right now. I always think about Joy um as a Taurus. Always, like always. This is why I'm like, oh. Virgo idols you could read for Jonathan Felix. The, those except Han I read last week. Jonathan Felix, Xiumin and Wonyon I read last week. Not an idol, but Teddy Park is a Virgo, I think. Teddy Park. He's the one of the Black Label. Yeah, I thought she was a Taurus. I knew it. Teddy's new group, Meow. The girls are looking lovely. I like them. I like them already. I like them. Soyeon? Of G Idol. We will be getting Blackpink 21 rejected rejected music. I love the girls. They look so cute. Also, Kiss of Life is doing great. I love the vibes of these girls, of the girls of Kiss of Life. I'm like, I like them. I don't know much about them, but they have a lot of energy, and I love the way they dance. I love the way they dance. Kiss of Life are amazing. I love their attitude, the confidence. I truly buy that they are like this. They're so refreshing to watch. They're so refreshing to watch. Yes, quite different from what we usually see in K-pop. Yeah, the girls have some soul. they are alive. Okay, guys, I'm going to start. I'm going to start with the Stray Kids hand. always gets heavy cards. Okay, for Han. We start with the Nine of Swords, Seven of Cups, the Magician, Eight of Swords, and the Hierophant. And from the other deck, we have the Two of Pentacles, Fine Balance. I mean, I'm happy that he has the Magician in the middle, because it means that he is sort of taking over or taking charge in this anxiety that he has. You know, with the Nine of Swords and the Seven of Cups, I think that he does have a lot of I know that this is very Virgo, actually, to say that he has a lot of things in his mind. But probably he's so sensitive, and it all in his mind. Like anything of this is is not something that is related to his reality. It's like how maybe he has nightmares, maybe he has trouble sleeping. But yeah, he's too imaginative. He's too imaginative, and sometimes that's not good. That's not good. In the middle, we have the Magician. So I think that he is in this period that he's trying to master all his fears, all his insecurities. Maybe if he has some fears, you know, maybe in social gatherings, if he's feeling very shy. I think that he's like sort of transmuting this shyness or this awkwardness, and he's showing himself a bit more. So this year is all about like him being like sort of he's been given the spotlight, or he's been given more power. So it's like, what are you going to do with this that is given to you? The Eight of Swords and the Hierophant. Definitely, I think that is the company. You know, I see here the Hierophant, and I'm like, the company keeps pushing for him. Also, they're asking him to liberate himself from all these troubles, I would say. They want him to create more. So I wonder if they are like, you know, asking him to produce, or if they're asking him to do. Oh, wait, guys. I'm in the darkness at the moment. Can you see me well? I will have to turn another light, because I believe that one of them is not working anymore. Is it very dark? Can you see me well? I see it very dark. Uh, is it okay? Okay. Okay. Because I'm like, this is so dark. I wish I could give a bit more of this. I'm now changing is going to turn off the ring light. Because I see everything, and also everything around me is dark. This is why I'm like, maybe I should turn on some lights. Okay. But yeah, I think that also, yeah, yeah, honestly, I don't see, when I think about Hans' energy, and also he's definitely someone valuable. They really value him and expect of him a lot of things. You know, there's something here where I would say that the company is sort of pushing him. The company and the people that manages them probably is like, you know, we need you to let loose a bit. We need you to do more. Maybe they want him to create more. They want him to go out there more, to be seen more. But they are like, release your innovations. I was going to say, like, release your boundaries. It's like, we want to show more of you. And honestly, I think that he's trying to give his best, but I don't see that it's like his desire to be like this or to be this exposed. I think that he's trying really hard to overcome his fears, because I think that whatever he's going through is not something that he can manage. He definitely feels like, um, you know, um, sort of like tied up to something mentally. So it's not something that he can control. But definitely I can see, people that are authorities of his being like, you can do more, like, let loose a bit. You can do more. We want you to do different things. We want you to produce more, or we want you to be here more. So I think that he will just go with the flow. Honestly, he does feel a bit awkward time to time, but also I think that there's something about Han, and probably this is something that it has to do with Korean society. He definitely fears authority very much. Like, I think that even though maybe mentally he's like, I'm feeling a bit nervous, he's like, I will do my work anyways, because he feels like, he feels so responsible, and he has a huge respect for authority, and for the company probably. So he's like, I will do my best. I will do my best. Even if I'm not feeling that confident, even if, sometimes I don't feel like myself, I'm trying. And also the magician definitely shows me the resilience that he has, that he is great at multitasking, and also he's so intelligent. So even though from time to time he has these symptoms, that he cannot control, but it's just that it's a very lonely experience, because all of this goes on inside his mind. It's not that he talks to others about it. It's something that only he feels. It's a very lonely, uh, but he's doing his best at managing this. He's like, and also here with the Two of Pentacles, find balance. These moments in his career, he has to find the balance. He has to adapt. He doesn't have any other way. He has to be okay. He has to be ready, because probably they're asking of him a lot of things. I wonder if the company is asking of him to create something, because I can see them asking him specifically, like, we want this from you, or we want you to work on this for us. So yeah, because he's so intelligent. He definitely is so intelligent. He's so intelligent. Hey, Danya. Okay. Could it be he's just not really meant to be an idol, a talented artist, of course, but maybe not really comfortable in the spotlight so much? Yeah, I think that it has to do with that. I think that if it has to do, it's like you can use his mind. His mind is a gift. He's so intelligent. He's so capable of creation. But when it comes to, I think that he needs to, do the work, then have a time off, then go back to his routine and just stay away from people, then go back, and produce or create again, and then go hermit again. He needs those times to recharge. He does. He needs them. He needs the time, because maybe he feels, I don't know. I feel like he feels, maybe it could be like anxiety attack, like he feels like he cannot breathe, and he feels anxious, and it's like, it seems like his whole chest closes, and he feels like he's about to pass out. Like, it's very, it's all in here, but he feels trapped. But he does his best to hide it. When we have the magician, we definitely see someone that he probably pretends that he's okay, or that he's happier. So people don't know, because for him it's like a weakness, this that he has. And he doesn't want to disappoint anyone. He's very committed to his craft. He's This is his job. This is his life. But yeah, maybe he needs, probably, being a producer, not being so much in the spotlight. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of sorts. A lot of sorts. He doesn't rest. He's not. It's just that he knows how to find the balance, because this doesn't happen all the time. It's something that he somehow can manage. But when it hits hard, definitely he could. Was he ever in a sort of hiatus because of this? Okay, I'm going to continue with Hola, Lari. With all your husbands. You do have a type. You do have a type. Yeah, they are. Mostly. Okay, I'm going to continue with Hyunjae, the voice Hyunjae. Oh wow, all these major arcanas that he got. All these major arcanas. Wow. Our boy is maturing. Hyunjae is maturing. Yeah, we start with the Hermit. The Hermit for Hyunjae. The Hermit, the Judgment. We have the Star, the Temperance. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. He's working hard. This Virgo man is working hard. He's being his best version. And we have the Two of Cups coming together. So yeah, it's like, wow. It's like, what an evolution. What an evolution for Hyunjae. What an evolution. And also we start with the Hermit, that is a Virgo major arcana. Yeah, the Hermit with the Judgment. I think that definitely he went through something. He went through some, like self-analysis, or he went through something. With the Judgment, it's like he started like evaluating his options, probably also being by himself, or reviewing something about his own individual life. What he's because I think that in here, with the card of the Two of Cups, I think that he's starting to open up to others. With this Hermit, I think that Hyunjae is someone that he has a lot of power on his own, and probably most of the time he probably thinks about himself first. So he could be someone that he's maybe too into himself. But with the Judgment card, I believe that something happened, And he started to think like, maybe, I'm being too self-centered, or maybe I had been only focusing on myself, and I actually didn't have a good time while I was doing this. So he's reflecting and changing certain ways. There's something about him probably, having this, like, this main character syndrome. Like he's the person that gets easily picked, selected all the time, because we have the star in the middle. So definitely his value, his essence, what his whole persona, his whole appearance, he's a star. So, but there's something about him being like, I don't have to be like this anymore. Why am I so, like, I have to learn to work with the others also. I have to learn to work with the others, not being so centered in myself and just, like, stay inside myself and not share with others. Um, so with the temperance and also with the seven, there's something about him sort of healing and working differently, deciding to change the way he has been working. And probably he's like being much more patient with others. He's like, okay, I will collaborate with you. Okay, I will sort of wait for you. I don't know if this has to do with him sort of sharing the spotlight with some people that he considers like, yeah, I'm the one that shines and you are sort of there. But but instead of, being like, yeah, like, like, yeah, for example, there's something, I don't know, when we think about the boys, Bermuda Triangle, that is Honjong, is it Honjong, Dujon, and it's Hyunjae, the three of them, the most handsome. So, but there's something about him being like changing his perspective. I mean, like, sometimes I should associate with the members that are not as handsome as me. It's all about the star quality. It's all about the star quality. But him thinking, I have to be different. I cannot be. I don't know if maybe someone called him out in the past and they were like, you are being very insensitive or you have been very judgmental. And he sort of understood that, yeah, sometimes he sticks to his people, or he's like, I prefer I go alone because I know I shine. But now he's like, no, I have to heal the way I have been working, and I'm going to work with other members. I'm going to change my relationship with the others. Like, you're going to see me with other members that you're like, oh, these two are like cats and dogs, they don't get along. You're going to see Hyunjae collaborating more with other members. Yeah, Hyunjae, Jonghoon, and Chujeon. Yeah. And yeah, the two of cups coming together. Yeah, I think that he's opening up more to the members. I think that he's appreciating the members more and sort of showing much more solidarity. Being like, okay, yeah, thank you for doing this with me. Thank you. Like, being much more sweet. I think that Hyunjae is a tough cookie. When we see the hermit and the judgment, I think that he was called out. Like, something happened that I don't know if maybe someone gave him a feedback, and they were like, there were moments where you treat me awful, and he was like, like, really? Like, I didn't know I did that. But that feedback, he took it seriously, and he was like, yeah, sometimes I do those things. Sometimes I rely so much on my lack or on my star quality that I forget that the others also need to shine. So he's much more, um, you know soft with the members, and definitely he's also probably seen that maybe collaborating or being seen with others is giving him much more spotlight also, or people are starting to stand him or getting to know him more because he's been seen much more with other people, with other associations. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. He said to be kind of blunt and too direct, but that's a fine line with being good. Yeah, yeah. But he reflected on this. He was like, oh, so I think that something happened. maybe I think that he's also doing this because probably he feels lonely. Maybe he had a fallout with someone, maybe a friend or someone that he thought that these people were always going to be there for him. And now that he's alone or he's been left alone, he's like, I should be more thankful to my members, because I discovered that not everyone is what they seem. So he's starting to look around and appreciate more the people, the members. Maybe I wonder if he had like a fallout with a friend or someone that he was sort of forced like to be alone and be like, oh, I guess these people weren't my friends, like they said. Sometimes, and also when you are famous, I believe that probably those things can happen when they have these acquaintances and they're like, oh yeah, they are my people, but then you meet them and but he's doing amazing. I love it. I love it. I see maturity. I'm like, yes, enjoy. Okay, let's go for God 7 Yunjai. Yunjai. Is he out of the military? He is, right? Yeah, I love it for Yunjai. I love it. And also more opportunities for him because he has the star in the middle, so he's shining. He's going to keep shining. He's done his service already? Okay. Yeah, because sometimes I mix them and I don't know. Look, Yunjai also he got the star in the middle. He got the star in the middle, so also a moment to shine for him. Guys, I was thinking that you guys let me know if this thing runs out of battery, because sometimes I could be like talking. I don't have it here, but should I look for it just in case? Because I don't want to. Because I would be so comfortable talking and then all of a sudden, it's going to leave me. I know this microphone is not that stable. Okay. Okay, for God 7 Yunchai, we have the Knight of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Star, we have the Ten of Pentacles, it's so cute, and the Six of Swords. So what is he creating that is so prosperous? And we have from the other deck the card of the High Priestess. Listen. What is he creating that is he going to release something very soon? Like a comeback? Because definitely I see a lot of movement and the spotlight for him. A lot of recognition. But also I think that it's not just about music. I believe that also it's about businesses. It's about him buying something expensive, or him, maybe does he have his own company or something like that? Because I see him very, like he's going places, he's moving out, or he's advancing in a project. But in the meantime, he's shining so much, like he's in the spotlight. He's in the spotlight. There's a lot of good things coming for him. I hope so. Haven't heard anything for him since the reality show. Yeah, because also he has the high priestess, and he says listen. So you know that the high priestess is also very secretive. So whatever he's building, or he is like getting a lot of recognition from this, is all things that are very emotional and not just artistic, but are very, it comes from his heart. He's a very emotional guy. We have the Knight of Cups, so he is a creator, but also he's very emotional. Everything he does with sentiment. But there's something about a business or something just paying off and just being very stable. But nevertheless, I see him advancing with something new. I see him advancing. But with the High Priestess, I think that he is trying to be mysterious about it. He's trying to be mysterious about it. It's like he's trying to not say much. But definitely this is going to get the attention of people. Maybe he doesn't show his face, or he doesn't show himself that much. But things are going very well for him. Things are going very well. I just looked it up. He just had a comeback, but he's announced as the cast for a drama, I believe. Yeah. Like he is in his best moment, I would say. Like everything is moving, everything is inspiration. But I also get the feeling that besides him being a star, because we have the star in the middle, there's creation as well. There's a building, or there's an enterprise that he has. And with the Six of Swords, he's thinking about expanding this business. But at the same time, he keeps it hidden, because the High Priestess is like, I have all these projects, but I don't want to talk about it that much. I want to keep it a secret. I prefer for this to be a secret. I think that he's a very wise man. With the High Priestess, there's something about him sort of experiencing when the things that you want the most, your projects, when you share it with others, then it gets destroyed, or it doesn't happen. Well, I think that for him, the High Priestess is about this. It's the things that I cherish the most, I don't talk about it, or I don't show it to people. Or people know, or you're going to see it, because definitely there's a lot of exposure here, probably a lot of money also. And him being a star, him having the star, definitely, he's a public person. But I think that he's just doing his work. He's building his own empire, I would say. People trust him, trust his work. That's why he keeps advancing with projects. It's like he's finishing something and he already has something else to do.
He's so busy, but he doesn't talk about it. He's actually just been very quiet, very low-key. Very lucky. He's like not, he's not, it's like, don't mention me. Yeah, this is my business, but please don't, I don't want to be seen. Like, I don't want to promote this, you know. But people know, definitely, they know that it's his. But there's something about him. Um, I think that there's a lot of envy around him. This is what I can say. And him being this very sensitive and very intuitive person. I would say he's deciding to not talk that much. He's like, I better listen. I better listen to the reviews, or I better listen to what people think of me, but I don't confirm nor deny anything. Because I think that he is afraid that this will get taken away from him. Like, I don't know why, but he gives me like, I'm advancing in my life, but I'm afraid that this will be taken away from me. So I remain silent, I remain anonymous, or I don't share that much about my things. Mm. He's feeling very sensitive also. He's like, yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing well in life. But I don't want to show off. I don't want to show off. I don't know if maybe it has to do with him, being a God 7 member, and maybe, people being like, oh, we want to support your business, or we want to go and see you, and we want to do this for you, and we want to promote this for you. And he been like, yeah, thank you guys for the love and the support, but I got this. Like, I'm advancing with my own strategy. Um, Please keep sending good vibes and everything, but it's like, I'm doing the work, don't worry about me. I don't need you guys to show up and be like, oh, because this is his and we're his fans and we are going to promote this for him. He's like, there's no need for you guys to do all this work. I can promote myself. Like, I can manage my business myself. Thank you. You know. Yeah, it's like these are very different things for him. Probably he's like, in this area, it's not about me. He I think that he's a bit shy about it. He's also like, I don't want the exposure. Like, I don't want God 7 to be mentioned, or me, that I'm an idol, being mentioned. It's like, this is business. This is more about numbers, I would say. So he's like, no, I better just stay humble and don't say much about what I'm producing. He's doing very well, I must say. I must say he's doing very well. Whatever he invested on, it was a great move. Very, very great move. He's a very intelligent man. Like, really. I'm seeing that he's doing a lot. He's doing different things. He's probably like also reviewing something he's going to do next, but he's so humble about it. He's like, like, and with this, I don't mean it like, oh, because there's idols that uses their fun, but maybe there's people that they are like, I want to let my fans that I have this thing here so you can go and visit. And he's like, guys, there's no need for you to go and visit or promote my business. I can do it, I can do it just like a regular people. Please don't do, show support, but don't go over the top, please. I feel like he gets embarrassed easily. He's like, oh no, please don't. Okay, I'm going to continue with twice Nion. Twice Nion. The magician today is coming out a lot. Is coming out a lot. And why Nayon always gets the Nine of Cups? It's so, it's like, definitely I can see the hard working here. I can see it. But also I can see the cockiness. I can see the satisfaction smile, being like, yeah, I'm great. Okay. For Nayon, we start with the magician. All these Virgos that get the magician, Nine of Wands, uh, oh, Nine of Cups, Temperance, and Judgment. Also the Judgment card, thinking about how, sometimes Virgo is judgmental a bit, thinking about the Judgment card also. And we have the Wall card that it says embrace. Yeah, I think that is great. She's a tough girl, definitely. The magician and the Nine of Wands lets me know about, that she is someone that does it all. She endures a lot. She's very resilient. She's a tough girl. Things are not easy for her, but I think that she always projects this energy of security and confidence. At the end, she always gets what she wants, always, always. And this, I said it for her. The Nine of Cups also lets me know that probably she's also celebrating. Maybe she's celebrating, some personal victories, but also she's celebrating with a group. So there's this sense of, like, yeah, I done it well, like I got the results that I wanted, like I feel. Also, there's a lot of people celebrating her, but I think that she is the perfect example of someone that she's like an ace. Whatever she puts her energy into is like it's a success. A success. But yeah, with the Temperance and also the Judgment, maybe she is going to. She probably needs to slow down a bit. The Temperance and the Judgment, probably, there could be moments where she feels a bit judged. Probably this could be about being in Virgo season. There's this feeling of her just feeling very confident in herself and being like, I done well, I'm doing great with the group, I'm feeling satisfied. There's this feeling of satisfaction inside of her. But also the Temperance and the Judgment, there's another part to this. So I don't know if she has to deal with certain criticism, and her, I think that she herself, she views herself as, I done great because I gave a lot of me and this came out amazing. Like, I'm sure, like, I am amazing. But probably the audience or some people around her don't think that highly of herself. When we have the Temperance and the Judgment, could be that, there's some relationships between her and others that are a bit like uncomfortable because there's some judgment coming from these people. Or maybe these people are like, yeah, it wasn't that great actually, like, or what you did, it was great, but it wasn't that great. So I think that with the Temperance, there's this feeling of a letdown. When you're like, wow, how can you say this to me? Like, I did a lot, I put a lot, and I think I done great. So there's and also with the Judgment being the last card, probably yeah, she has to endure the Judgment, I would say, because it's tough. It's tough because maybe her view is very optimistic. She's someone that maybe she's also very intelligent. So it's not that she lives in a bubble and she's like, oh, accordingly to my perception, I am great. No, it actually has to do with the amount of effort that she puts. But I think that also there's people that don't like her very much. And this is the reality. It's like, yeah, you got your Nine of Cups. It's like, you did amazing. You had the spotlight. You did amazing. But nevertheless, there are some things that people are not that happy about you. So it's like it doesn't matter how many tens you get, there's still people that don't like you. And you have to sort of, with the temperance, it's like you have to make your peace with the fact that there's people that, yeah, you had done a lot of things or you had done amazing, they will never approve of it because they just don't like you. They don't like you. They don't like her. They don't like her. Maybe it's because there's this excess of confidence or there's this optimism coming from her. She's a very tough girl. Probably it's not very easy to see her like, to see her down or to see her, sad. So she's very always, very positive and very, shining all the time and always very smart and ready. And people probably project on that security that she has. And they're like, we don't like you that much. But yeah, with the world card that it says embrace, this is the key word that she has to embrace the haters, or she has to embrace that, yeah, there's people that don't like her, that's the reality. And probably for her it's a bit frustrating because she works a lot. She works a lot, and she probably also works a lot on herself to always show this funny side, or always always like smiling and always like being positive. And it's like, okay, what does people expect of me? What do they expect of me? Do they expect me to be crying in the corner? Do they expect me to look depressed? Do they expect me to not get out of my house? What do they want to see of me? Do you want to see the sad Nayeon? Do you want to see like the lazy Nayeon? What do you want of me? But yeah, definitely because she's someone that she has this. The Nine of Cups is this confidence, is this like when someone that always gets it right, that person that always does. This is very Virgo. Obviously, we have a lot of famous Virgos in the industry that actually they are named the aces of the group, or the ones that never fail, the ones that are always amazing and professional. And she is one of these people. It's just that there's something adding to this, that people just cannot stand it. It's like an allergy. It's like, I don't know what is it, but I don't like you. But with the world card, it's like, just get over this. Yeah, you will have people that will never appreciate you, and that's it, and that's okay, and that's okay. You keep shining. You keep shining, because people like this will always exist. We will always have these haters. Yeah, definitely. She has this magnetism, and she probably also is not someone that backs down. She probably knows that people don't like her that much, but she acts more exaggerated on purpose. So this is why this is something that it never ends. It seems, that the love hate relationship for her. There's something about people just like, talking about her behind her back, and just like smiling but being like, you're doing too much. It's like, we don't like you when you do too much. She should have been born the next day and been a Libra. Yeah, definitely judgment or criticism gets to her because the judgment is the last card. So definitely, the cards are like, embrace it. It's going to be part of your life. Embrace it because it's going to follow you. That's the part of being like the center of attention. That sometimes, people just want to see you. Like I said, they want to see her like, not being herself. And I don't know, Nayeon, but from the cards that I get, she always tries to look her best, like very positive, very uplifting, I don't know, maybe people are like, oh, you should be more humble. You know how people are. Okay, I'm going to continue with Red Velvet Joy. Don't take my astral queen away. Yeah, and it's like she can be struggling, but she will never lose the smile. And that, I believe that really that's why people are like, Okay, for Red Velvet Joy, we have the Eight of Wands, we have the Lovers, we have the Ace of Swords, we have the Strength card, we have the Sun, beautiful. And we have the Nine of Cups, another Nine of Cups, but in here it says dreams come true. Um, yeah, there could be something. Why are people so fixated on her relationship? I think that people just want to see if she's over with this relationship or not. Because I have the Lovers in here and the Eight of Wands. So probably there's news coming about her relationship. I don't see an ending because I don't see breakup. But probably there's going to be either confirmation or an update about her relationship, maybe a rumor, I don't know. But with the Ace of Swords, I sort of see her also maybe saying something or initiating a conversation about, or maybe talking about her aspirations in the future for love and marriage, because I can see how people are so fixated in her love life. There's something about people just wanting to know what's up, and if they're going to get married or not, and if they continue or not. I don't see the man here. I don't see him. But probably people are like, we are tired of not knowing exactly, are you with him or are you not with him? She probably can say some very sharp things, and people maybe be a bit uncomfortable with how she communicates. But with the Strength card and and the Sun, I think that she's like, this is me. This is my personality. So if you don't like the way I am, I'm sorry. Like, this is me. I think that she has been also holding on for so many years. She has been always trying to always been very uplifting and very positive as well for the audience, for the others. So there's something about her being like, I just want to have a good time. Like, I'm tired of people being on my back all the time. I want to have fun. Like, I want to liberate myself. Definitely, she's a very patient person. She's a very patient person, because I can see that she is just, with the Ace of Swords, there's a lot of talking around her. So I don't know if it's people criticizing her so much. Even, in my ear, like, I get like, my ear hurts, like there's a lot of talking about her, assumptions about her, and she's like always trying to answer them with a smile. She's trying to be, yeah, I can be disrespectful right now, but I will not do it, you know, because I see the Strength card, and I see her, just trying to to control herself and be like, I'm not going to do what I want to do at the moment, because I want to have fun still. I want to go out and shine and have fun. So I don't care what people say. But yeah, people talk a lot about her. I don't know. I think that probably people just want to figure her out. With the Lovers, there's a lot of duality. So I don't know if maybe people are like, we never know what she's up to, if she's this, if she's like this. People want a confirmation about her. And she's like, the only thing that you have to know about me is that I go out on the stage and I shine. That's all you need to know about me. Nothing, nothing more, nothing less. But there could be some sayings. There could be some a confession of hers. Her saying something. It's coming very fast. Also, a news or a rumor. But yeah, with the Nine of Cups, dreams come true. So at the end, I think that she's going to get a dream come true. She's going to, maybe I don't see it being work related, but probably there could be a liberation. Maybe if there's news coming about her, there could be like a liberation finally of hers. and her just enjoying her life in general and being like, yeah, it is what it is. Mm. Mm. There were rumors they had broken up because he deleted his IG account and people didn't see her following him anymore and thought she unfollowed, but he deleted his account. Oh, Cosmic is beautiful. Mm. Some people said she unfollowed before he deleted, but I don't know. I don't care. Leave her alone. She was outspoken about her disappointment with SM2. Let's clarify this eight of wands. Oh, the Eight of Wands, here she has the Seven of Pentacles, so maybe she's like working on something. But I think that she's very, with the Seven of Pentacles, I also think that if this is her relationship or if this is something about her individual activities, she's very slow. She's very slow at making decisions. So probably this is why, yeah, the news and speculation can come very fast, but I think that it's going to take a while for things to be concise, you know, like I don't know if people expect an ending or a beginning for her, and she's like, you know, I'm just going with the flow, like I'm still working, I'm still here, I'm still putting the effort. I don't know what is going to come out of this. Yeah, the Ace of Swords, we have the High Priestess. So for the Ace of Swords, clarified, and I got the High Priestess. So it's something about like if she states a comment or if she starts a conversation, is to bring more suspicion actually, because I can sort of see her be much more mysterious, or maybe whatever she says is going to anger more people because it's like, yeah, you said this, but now we are more confused than ever. We don't know what's going on with you. Or probably what she says, it's like a double meaning, so you don't know, what did you say, what? Because she's trying to not reveal, actually, like her, she's like, she probably says a few things that can sound very straightforward, but behind that, there's a lot of speculation as well, so. She's very wise. She's very wise. I wonder if she does it to entertain the haters. Yeah, she feels so restricted to shine, actually. She feels so restricted to shine. Whatever she is, she feels so restricted. But she endures it. You know, she's very smart. She's very smart. She will not break. She's just waiting for the right moment. She's waiting for the right moment. And maybe, you know, this Nine of Cups, if this is about SM or, you know, something, or if they owe her something, maybe she's sort of waiting for some scandals or something to come out. And she's like, you know, this could be beneficial for me at the end. That some things are known. Because she's not, yeah, definitely she struggles mentally, but you know, at the end, she always shows you a smile. She's always smiling, or she's always shining. She's such a pro. She's such a professional. She's such a professional. Yeah, and about the relationship, I don't know about marriage. I don't know about marriage, but we have the judgment for the relationship. So I think that definitely the relationship is going through something, or is going through some kind of ultimatum, or is going through some kind of, you know, instability. So one of them is judging the other very harshly. So it's not in the best conditions for a commitment. But I think that it's more like I'm sort of like pushing you or giving you an ultimatum. If you change these things, we're going to continue. But if you don't change them, this is the time. If you don't change this, we're going to continue. So it's all about like, okay, the moment is now. We are not doing okay. We have to resolve a few things. But yeah. Also, what is going on with these beautiful women and these men that put them in this very apathic and just this need to give these ultimatums? Because I don't know why she reminds me so much of the reading that I did for IU and her partner. That I love it that the haters are like, oh, but you don't know with the tarot reading, you cannot know what's happening in their without their permission. Like, oh, because IU is busy and she's this and she's that. It's like, why do people worship celebrities dating? I don't understand why people choose, like, don't understand that yeah, you can be famous and have an awful relationship, or pick the wrong partner, or just not being happy in your relationship, or just not being a good partner. Just because you're famous, it doesn't mean that it's granted that you're going to have a perfect love life. And you can be famous, you can be busy, you can have a lot of things. But in a relationship, you are not the celebrity. In the relationship, you are just a simple woman with a simple man. So the two of you have to live to the side. Yeah, you know, I have been in the industry for all these years and I have this experience. Yeah, but what do you have to bring to the relationship? It's like, yeah, you're famous, but, you know, as a partner, what do you bring to the table? You know, it's like, I don't understand. People have this fantasy of this, because they are handsome people dating, it's like, oh, they're going to be together forever. They can be awful partners to each other, or they can be bored of each other, you know, just like regular people. But yeah, it's like, oh no, because they are busy. And if you're so busy, why are you in a relationship then? It's like a relationship is work as well. It's work. No one is going to give it to you easier because, oh no, you're the famous one. Okay, I will take the responsibility for the relationship. You stay in there and rest. There's people who can accept dating news, and then you have people who still expect people who broke up 10 years ago to still be together secretly. Yeah, it's so weird. But that happens in K-pop. In K-pop and K-drama land, it happens. Like there's this nostalgia. I don't know. There's like, oh, I'm sure there's something there. Well, they are not together anymore, so. Yeah, everybody has lost their own issues, and relationships are not easy. Are not easy. But like we always talk here, guys, a relationship is 50-50. If you don't like it, you have the option to be like, I don't want this anymore. Or if you want to change it, you can talk to your partner about it, you know, but that also, you have to change a lot of things to balance personal relationship and being a famous person, or a professional that probably has to travel or has a lot of responsibilities. It's like, you know, when you say yes to the relationship, it's like, do you have the time? Does the other person also knows what it's like to be in a relationship? Do they know what that entitles to have a relationship? You know, what it's about to be in a relationship? To be in a relationship is a whole project by itself. Is a whole project by itself. Yeah, there's people that are more invested in making it work, and maybe you have a lazy partner that is like, yeah, whatever you decide, yeah, and they have you like that for a lot of years, and then until you wake up and you realize like, oh, okay, this relationship is functioning only because I want it to function, and the other person is not collaborating at all. Is taking the benefits of being in a relationship with me, but they are not doing anything to help the relationship, advance. Um, but relationship is a great exercise for you to see who are you when you are with that person, because we change when we are with that person, either to adapt or to be their ideal or to be their equal. We change so much when we are in a relationship. But all in that dynamic, you learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot. So for me, it's great that idols and actresses and actors, they date. For me, it's great because it's like you have to experience this. You need to experience this. You know, the falling in love and also the falling out of love. That happens too. Yeah, it's their fantasy, the happily ever after. Yeah. Yes, yeah. Can you believe someone says one Momo and he told to still be together, and people that dare to say they broke up for one's fault? Oh no. It's like, no, guys, sometimes, yeah, for example, in the case of I don't know much about the situation with Baekhyun and Taeyeon, but definitely I seen some clips, and I believe I seen a fan like going to confront Taeyeon, uh, because she was like confronting Taeyeon because she was dating Baekhyun. A fan was confronting Taeyeon, a Baekhyun's fan, I guess. They had their crazy moments, and I'm sure that add pressure to them. Um, you know, but just like relationships in real life, sometimes if it's not meant to happen, guys, it's not meant to happen. And if it's for you, you endure it. You endure it. You endure it. Look at Hyuna and and that guy, that man, that everyone like is like, she's losing her career because of her association with this man, and she's still going. If you want to keep going, you can keep going despite of what people think. But yeah, you also have to face the consequences of what you're choosing. um, for me, I believe that maybe there's people in the industry that they really want out, and it's like, okay, this rumor is going to ruin my career, so be it, because I'm tired. I'm tired. Remember that poor guy, that guy that he had a, I don't remember what group he was in, but it was one of the popular groups of the beginning. Um, he gave a press conference, and he was crying in the press conference because he was saying, I'm a 30, I don't know if he was 30, but he said something like he was 30 or 40-year-old man. Why can I have a girlfriend? I'm a 30 like he was crying. I don't remember his name, but the guy was so done because it's like, I believe it was one of the first dating scandals, and he was crying in that in that press conference. He was crying because he was like, I'm a 30-year-old man. Why can't I have a girlfriend? I'm paranoid, so you think I'ma lose my job? Mm, mm-hmm. Am I right to think that people don't ask about Jenny's previous relationships too much? And don't ask, am I right? That's why I don't trust when they say it. It was because it's scheduled. Like, didn't they know they were busy people before dating? They dated for a year that was always busy. They probably hate each other. Yeah, they probably are like, yeah, the first months you were cool. But then I was like, I'm not that attracted to you anymore. Actually, I have nothing, and it can happen. That you're like, actually, you're not my type. Like, yeah, I said yes to it the first date, the second date, but then I was like, Huna can kiss my ass with the way she's treating the attained freedom. Schedule my ass. Yeah, it's so lame that. Um, for Jenny, I feel like they are focused on her current relationship and kind of forget about the previous ones. I really hope that gets better. I think it'll take a long time, but they will get where idols can date like Western artists, like how old school Hollywood actors were so controlled. Fluffy, you have no idea. Last year, somehow everyone became a Jenny and GD shipper just so that they can prove there's no B in Jenny. It was fun to see. Remember someone suggesting some idol couples admit to dating because they get caught when they were just messing around. Yeah, also the messing around can also be like, I don't know, guys, how they get to commit that fast. Because for me, honestly, to decide if I want to keep seeing that person, it's not that I'm indecisive, but I'm like, you have to be patient with me because you will not get like. I know that probably Korean dating is different. I believe that after the first date, like it's considered that you start dating after the first date. For me, I would be like, don't push me. I'm still reviewing you. Like, don't push me. Like I can read her mind, but let's reading Momo something discussing. Yeah, Momo is done. Momo is done. Momo is done with men. I believe she's like, ugh. The, the desperation. We have to remember the idol system is still pretty new. They are trying to figure it out. Yeah, that's what I heard too about Korean dating. They agree to be exclusive quickly. True, kind of similar to early Hollywood with all the secret dating. Here you can be seeing someone for months if the official question is not made. Yeah, here too. It's like you can be seeing someone for months and it still is not confirmed. Yeah, and it doesn't look like it's going to be confirmed. If she's done with men, she can meet me. Yeah, we like I was like, I'm not into women, but Momo is a princess. Momo is beautiful. Momo is beautiful. She is beautiful. She is beautiful. Like I see her and I'm like, I just love her. She's a princess. That's why they count dating down to the day. They have the 100 days rings. I'm like, why? I'm like, who has that thing? But at the same time, I think that also it's all marketing. because I'm like, this is what I noticed personally. When I was young and I would date someone that would want to buy me roses for the first, or someone that would remember dates very well and was very attentive, and then ended up to be like very like liars, and so then I started observing more the people that I would date or start to get to know, because I was like, okay, if the person is super into buying something or just like, show romanticism or be like, oh, today is a special day, I give you flowers. I started to be distrustful of those people, because for me it's like, yeah, the first encounters, the first days it was cute, thank you so much. Yeah, it was, thank you. I don't like roses, but thank you. Um, but then when it comes to the actual relationship, they were so absent and they were so, like, it was disappointed how they wouldn't put the same effort or excitement. It's not about the gift giving, it's more about like the actual relationship. Like, can you be there for me? Like, can you be a good partner? Can you be supportive? So that's why I was like, with people that are that showy initially, or that they want to show you, like shower you with gifts and everything, I started to be like, if you're like this, I'm not interested. Like, I prefer you show up for me, or you be there for me, for more practical things, instead of you acting like a Prince Charming or something like that. I know. If I was into women, I fall for her for sure. Love bombing. I know I'm not supposed to look at Cancer men, but Ji Chang-wook, he's a beautiful man. But JK is your bias. That Libra Venus would probably have him acting cute like that in his Venus videos. So he bitches. Girl, you're a Cancer rising. Makes sense. You are looking at them. Plus, he's a Libra moon like you. And Joy years ago, she was for me the woman. Oh, Joy is beautiful. Joy is beautiful. What a beautiful woman. I heard a lot of people pretend to be the perfect boyfriend, but the second they show the true self. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, what is it with the rush? What is it with the rush of you getting me to commit right now? Like, what? I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think that, no. But I don't know. I got disappointed. Like, I was like, no, you better do not give me anything. Just like be a decent partner, and that's it. Just be a good listener. Be there. You know, be considerate. Acknowledge my presence. Like, let's have a healthy communication. But yeah, the gifts, take them away. Okay, let's pull cards for Teddy Park. Teddy Park. Those. Is Teddy Park married? Okay, for him, for Teddy Park, we start with the Nine of Swords, A lot of overthinking. Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups, Page of Wands, Queen of Wands, Eight of Swords. If he is, it's not public. And Four of Cups, opportunity beckons. What is beckons, guys? Do you know what this means? Wait, I'm going to write it down because I always see it, but I never look for it. What is that? Beckon. I'm sure it's not positive because the Four of Cups is a bit. I dated a Libra Venus once, and they would get like competitive if what I was wearing was cuter than what he had been wearing. He would literally would be like, "Is that what you're wearing? You're wearing something new? Like, oh, and I don't have something new to wear. Why are you dressing like that?" No, never again. To call to for someone. It's like someone. Okay. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yeah, I think that honestly, yeah. Is he new in this because he's no longer part of YG, right? So he has his own company because we have the Nine of Swords and the Knight of Cups. So I think that he has a few nightmares here and there, but at the same time he's still able to produce or to create something. I see him like, even if we think that definitely he's a bit he has his style, I see him creating something. Also, the Page of Wands is in the middle, so he's very passionate about this new project that he has. He's feeling also very, I don't know how old he is, but it seems like he's feeling like rejuvenate. Now that he has this new project or this new group, he's feeling like, wow, yes, like, yeah, let's work extra hours. Like, he's feeling like a teenager, I would say. He's feeling like so inspired. He's 45. Yeah, I see him just like being very, not childish, but when you have this new project that it's been a while since you created something, like a new beginning. So for him, this is important. And definitely starting with the Nine of Swords, he didn't have it easy. There's something about his beginnings being well received, because I sort of see that when he finishes a work, people love it, even if there's people that are like, oh, I wish you would do things differently. He still has people that love what he does, but he could, this with the Nine of Swords, it means that inside his mind definitely he's aware that, guys, can you see me? Because I see my screen. Oh, wait. Wait, guys. Because I'm running out of battery. So my camera. But now. Can you hear me, guys? Because since I'm running out of battery, I cannot, I have to charge the phone and I have to take away the mic. So I don't know if you guys can hear me. Can you still hear me okay? Yes, but low. Wait. Mm. Can you hear me well? I don't know what's going on with this. And I don't know why my phone battery is so low. If I had it like at tops when I always charge my phone to 100%. I don't know. Maybe I was receiving. Sorry, I was seeing my hand covering the screen. Sorry. Okay. So I see him very excited, just very excited for this project. But at the same time, we have this Queen of Wands here and the Three of Swords. So I wonder who is this woman, and that somehow it's like sort of ruining this maybe new beginning for him. I don't think that it's about like a member leaving or something like this, but he have like some like arguments or a disappointment with someone with a very, or him losing the connection with this very important female, because the Queen of Wands, it does give me someone very just very powerful, and the Three of Swords is like, I'm disappointed in you, or you broke my heart, you disappointed me. I think that it has to do with maybe this person collaborated with him in the past, and there could be some kind of like, I don't want to say betrayal, but there could be some troubles in their connection or in their maybe this person, this woman doesn't want to work with him anymore. So there's something about him feeling very very hurt because of this. But it also makes sense because she is a Queen of Wands, so probably this person already is famous or is already very well known and established. So she's like, I don't want to work with you anymore. Or maybe she says something about him and he sort of gets offended because of this. Because I see him just very excited looking at his future projects, but I don't know if this woman could say something not so positive about him, and this could sort of spoil his, I would say, his experience or this new beginning. Um, could it represent Blackpink as a whole? He kind of lost them. Yeah, yeah. It could be. It could be because I see that yeah, he's looking at this, even though he's focused on something new. He's definitely focused and excited for this new group. I still think that he's looking at this Queen of Wands. He's looking at this very powerful force, like the Queen of Wands, that he's like, I'm so heartbroken that I lost you, and probably he's trying, maybe his idea is to, you know, um, to have a success that is very similar, if this is like the members of Blackpink, or if this is a Blackpink member, him trying to sort of have a certain dynamic that is a bit similar. Not so much about, I wouldn't say not so much about like styles and concepts. I think that it's about the kind of work that he had with them. There's something about him trusting the girls to show, make things look good for them. And also probably he's like, also the Queen of Wands is someone that is very established, and it has a very strong personality or a strong presence, so maybe yeah, he will not be able to have this with this new beginning. but he's a bit disappointed. Maybe he had heard that they said something about him, and he's like a bit heartbroken. Mm, they were his perfect project, and I remember when you read about the dynamic, you said he kind of thinks he owes them. Yeah, so I wonder if he's trying to sort of duplicate the same success, but I don't see it. I don't see it because I think that he's just starting. When I say it, when I see the page of wands, I see someone with a lot of energy and willpower, but definitely is someone that is doing something brand new. So I don't see, like, probably his standards are very high, and and this Queen of Wands energy cannot be duplicated. You cannot duplicate this. You cannot do it. You cannot do it. And maybe he's slowly realizing this. And this is why we have the Three of Swords. So there's this feeling of, I feel betrayed or I feel hurt. But yeah, with the card opportunity beckons, the Four of Cups, there's something about him sort of like, yeah, looking outside or waiting for some sign or waiting for inspiration. I think that he's still waiting for more inspiration. He's still not finding it. I think that I don't see a stability much. Um, but yeah, he's putting his energy. Definitely, he's working. He's not lazy at all. He's not a lazy man. But honestly, if we see the Four of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, is all the four energy is an energy of, something that is routinary or something that is always inside the box. So I think that it definitely has to do, him getting this Four of Cups, it has to do with that he hasn't been able to think outside the box. Like, people had always been like thinking like, oh, he has the same formula and he doesn't change them. And there's something about him taking pride in having this formula, but at this point is what is keeping him sort of stuck. And it's like, yeah, he's advancing because he's creating, definitely he's creating, but there's also like, what are you creating, and also, why are you keep looking up, you know the others? Like, look at your group, don't look at the others. um yeah. So I'm going to read for the last one for the idol Soyeon. She's also working hard. She has the Page of Wands. This woman is so active. So active. Another one that got the Three of Swords. Wow. Okay, for Soyeon of G Idol, we start with the Eight of Wands. We have the Lovers. We have the Page of Wands in the middle, so definitely another very passionate creator. We have the Eight of Swords, and we have the Ace of Cups. So yeah, she is a genius. She definitely is a creator, but definitely she goes through a lot of also a lot of she's feeling stuck. She wants to liberate herself. And we have the Three of Swords, sadness and isolation. So yeah, for the idol Soyeon, I think that yeah, she's someone that she probably has a lot on her mind. She has to make very difficult choices or important choices this year. And there's something about her just being wanting this to be now. She probably wants to accelerate a few things, but at the same time, the cards are like, it's not now. You have to wait. You have to sort of endure this. We have the Ace of Cups in the end, so I can sort of see her like, if they're going to have a comeback, or if she's going to release some solo music, or if she's creating for other people. Because I don't know, I see her like, just like doing a lot of things for a lot of people. So I'm like, I don't think that it's just for the group or herself. But she's waiting for a fresh new beginning. She's waiting for a fresh new beginning. Definitely, she wants to, like, to feel again, But first, she still has to endure certain limitations. She still has to endure certain. Maybe her feeling very anxious, or her, just feeling like she wants to do certain things, but she's not allowed to do them yet. There's a lot of restrictions, and the cards are like, you keep creating, you keep being you, because I see her that she's so nervous, she's so, she wants to accelerate things, and the cards are like, wait, and also I think that there's something about her just not, she wants to remain busy, and this is very Virgo. Actually, she wants to remain busy to not face her sadness. There's something about her just not being very happy. We have the Three of Swords, sadness and isolation. So there's this, she probably had been feeling sad for a while, or this year had been very, just, I think that she's so busy, she's so all the time thinking about new beginnings, and I'm going to do this new thing, and she's like always thinking and associating with people, talking to people, moving here and there and there and there. But it's like, what about you? What about the self-care? What about your own happiness? When I see all this energy, I think that she's so caught up in all these responsibilities that she's like, one day I'm going to be free. Yeah, but you also need, at least this year, she needs to take time for herself and embrace that somehow she hasn't been happy lately. The Three of Swords is like, you have a sort of wound, you have a heartache from the past. I don't know who was the person that hurt her or disappointed her, but she needs to stop and accept this, not to get, too much in like, okay, I have to go here and there and there. It's like, you have been working on automatic. You are not dealing with your sadness. You are not letting other people help you. You are doing this all by yourself, and you are not letting people get close to you. So she needs to work this. Definitely I see her that she's waiting for liberation. She's waiting, she probably is counting months. She's like waiting for this ace of cups, to liberate herself, because I think that there's something about her just not being happy in general. Maybe it's not just about work. Probably, her personal life also, she has been challenging. She has been like, but I think that she's like alone. This is the thing. She isolates herself. She doesn't let people close to her. She doesn't let anyone close, because I don't see people in here. I don't see people. She just, sort of forms alliances with people that she's going to work with, but she doesn't open up about hardships, or about stress, or about the things that keep her up at night. I think that she is like using all of this as material, I would say, but she's getting too attached to the pain, or to the hardships. I think that she should, yeah, it's like, face the pain, but also don't isolate yourself. Ask for help. Ask for help, because she's so lonely. She's so lonely sustaining everything. And I think that she is like this because she sort of put herself in this, it's like a mechanism that she has, a self-defense mechanism. It's like, I don't need anyone, I can do it all by myself, I don't need anyone, I got this, I got the energy, I got the power, I got this, I'm tough. But it's like, you do need others, you do need others. And it's like, it doesn't always have to be about work and exchange. And it's like, oh, I gave you this, you gave me this, and yeah, thank you, bye. No, it's more like you build healthy relationships. But I think that she probably also has like some, some people that are interested in her romantically, because we have the lovers in here and the eight of wands, so I can see people trying to get close to her. But she's like, she's sort of turning her back, like she's like this, they are here and she's like this. She's like, I don't see you, I don't hear you, I'm busy, I gotta go. So she's sort of evading responsibility. But at the same time, I think that she's looking at the future. She's so in a hurry. She cannot wait for this era to be over. She cannot wait. She's counting the minutes, I would say. But yeah, she definitely needs help. She needs to talk about her sensitivity. Um, she's too hardened inside. I see her like just so cold. So like she has a shield. That you cannot reach her. Even if you talk to her, she is not available. She's not available. She is her work. She is her work. Mm, mm, yes. Mm. Yeah, she's like someone that is used to just dealing with things on her own. She's like a superwoman, I would say. She's like a superwoman, but there's something about her also, like, with the excuse of being a superwoman, she doesn't admit that she needs help. She's too hardened. She's too, separated from feeling. She's so, you're not going to break her. That the walls that she had built to keep going are so strong that you have to be, like, you have to sort of do um how is it called when you sort of summon a reunion for an addict, and it's like, you have to do those sort of like, confront her with her vulnerability and being like, we need to talk. Intervention, exactly. You have to sit her and be like, we need to talk. Can you stop a bit? Can you stop a bit? It's like, we know you're okay, we know you're a genius, we know you can make it, we know you're amazing, but can we stop a bit? But the ace of cups at the end lets me know that it's going to be a new beginning for her very soon. The ace of cups, it could be a new album, a new comeback, or a new life in general, because it's an ace of cups. So is this emotionality coming out of the after all these years of restriction. The emotions are coming out, so definitely there's a new beginning that she wants, that is coming very soon. She cannot wait to be liberated. She cannot wait. And maybe then we are going to see her cry. Not cry of sadness, cry of happiness, I would say. Yeah, probably she had a tough life. She probably had a tough life. So she's in this um because I don't even see her like a queen. When you see like a queen and you're like, okay, yeah, because she's the leader or because she's an authority, this is why she gets so. No, she's just a page. She's one of the girls. She's one of the girls. She's one of them. It's just that, like, she's like the typical person that goes to the field, gets her hands dirty, goes to work. She's not like, oh yeah, because I'm a queen and yeah, I tell all of you to do what I tell you. No, she gets her hands on the matter. It's like she gets involved, she gets the job done, she does extra hours, she does everything. Is so involved. She's a very hardworking person, very hardworking. Bye, Tanya. No, she's a bit much more masculine, I would say, much more rough because she has a page of one. So there's something about her just being a bit rough. When she has an objective, she just goes and does it. When she has something new to start, she doesn't let other people do. That doesn't let other people know. She just goes and does it. And also with the Eight of Swords, it does give me that she probably takes a lot of projects and she overworks herself and doesn't ask for help. This is the thing. I get very workaholic vibes. But she's not tired. It's like her personality. She's like that. She's very tough. She's so tough. But that Ace of Cups, I think that something good is coming. A new beginning is coming for her. A very, this is something that she wanted. So I'm happy for her. Because I think that she wants, could it be that, don't the girls have to resign their contracts very soon? The group? Yeah, maybe she's waiting to get liberated. Maybe she's waiting for that. Because I think that is something that is coming. Is happening this year, but she has to wait a bit more. But it's happening. Oh, guys, today I'm in the darkness. Like, I swear I cannot see anything. I'm like, That's why I was asking you guys, can you see me well? Because I cannot see anything except here. But yeah. Hmm. Yeah, but in order for her to have this label or have this project of hers, she has to be better at um like forming alliances with people. There's something about her just wanting to do everything herself. Like, if for example, if it's a label, she wants to put the bricks one by one and build the place herself. Maybe it has to do because she doesn't want a lot of people middling in her business. So there's something about her maybe, just not wanting to hire someone. Is like, I got this. We don't need, like, a specialist. I know about this. I somehow know about this, so, or I can learn and I will do it myself. So there's something about her just wanting to rule everything herself, and it's not possible. She needs to have sponsors. She needs to have other people that helps her. Like, she needs to think big. And I think that since she comes here as this page of wands, there's something about her really believing she can do it all. But at the same time, it's like she needs, you know, more networking. She, unfortunately, she has to help. She has to ask for help, or um, sponsors of other celebrities. I think that she's very proud. She wants to do it everything herself. She doesn't want to ask others, because she's like, okay, if I ask others, one day they will be, and, oh, remember I gave you this. And she doesn't want that. She's someone that she believes that she's she's a woman that has made herself. So she doesn't believe in, like, oh, maybe we should hire this and this and do this with this person and then with this. She's like, no, I can do it all by myself. Um, yeah. Mm. Yeah, actually, I was noticing, guys. I usually have this. Remember that I have this sort of like, it's like something that gives like a light. That it was like the moon and a little cat. It broke, so, so I don't have that light anymore. I will have to get a new one. I will have to get a new one. But yeah, my lights are abandoning me. I had another one, but it broke, so I guess I have to. Yeah, I like them because they sort of make a differences with what I'm wearing. It's like you can see a bit of light. You know. Yeah, I know. It was the moon with the little cat. Yeah, it started just like this light, this light this lamp that I have here. It was acting okay, and all of a sudden now it doesn't work. So yeah, and it's still raining. A very awful day, guys. So yeah. So what are you watching, guys, of K dramas? Please recommend me some because you know that apparently it's going to rain the whole weekend and it's very heavy rain. So yeah. I already did grocery shopping just in case we cannot go out because the rain is very heavy. Um, but yeah, and my cats are on my dad's house because they have a chimney there. So, Rings of Power season 2. Okay. Mm. Oh, I believe today is Saturday. I believe today it premiered Love Next Door. Love Next Door. Remember, guys, that I was like, oh, it's not on Netflix anymore, and it's not on Netflix still here in Argentina. I believe it's premiering today, so I'm going to go and look for it because I love Chung Hain. I'm watching a very intense drama called The Fall of Mexico. Oh, really? Oh, very realistic experience. Yeah, Mexico has its story also. Mm. You're joking. No, but I don't know if I came across the other day a documentary. It's not a documentary, but it was like a video essay on YouTube, and it was something similar, like the fall of Mexico. Really, and I was like, "Is that what?" Also, my mother recently watched a drama with Chenyol in it. Oh, I always wanted to go to Mexico for the food and music. Your culture is amazing. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I want to. I want to go to Mexico too. I want to go for the veladoras. I want the candles, the veladoras, and I want also, um, I want a copal, the copalera, that is that thing that you put all the things to sage. I want a copalera as well. So I will have to travel to make. Oh, and I want the Mexican copal. It's the best. I will have to go to the market that they sell all those things. The Frog is on Netflix. You may not. It's a thriller. Okay. I'm currently watching the documentary. The documentary. I have to watch it also. I have to see if I have it here in Argentina. In what platform is it, Samara? The documentary. Maybe I can. We are on its own season. If Mexico was a person, it would be one of those who suffer in their own season. Oh, September is earthquake season. Oh no, Apple TV. Ah, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I will look for it. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, because I saw a few clips. Um, and I was interested. I saw the scene and I was interested. I was like, oh, that's Pato. If you ever come to Savoy September. Mm. Mm. But the national celebration is amazing. Yeah, you guys know how to party. Definitely. You guys are the best to party. I I I like your vibes. It's much better than the oh yeah, that's yeah. Yeah, the Cast Eye documentary was like yeah. Okay, guys, I'm going to go. I have been here for 3 hours. Thank you so much for the recommendations. Yeah, like it's not shady. Yeah, and also I want to see much more of them. I'm interested. Mm. I just love Fatou talking. I just love to watch her. Like she makes me so emotional because I know she's a tough lady, but um, like there's a lot of sincerity in her, and I think that I don't know. She makes me want to cry sometimes when I watch her. I don't know. I think that she went through so much in the society that, but at the same time, she's still standing. She's still in there. So that's what counts. Fato, I crave pozole just thinking about September 16th, even though I can eat it whenever I want. Yeah. Yeah, thank you guys. I'll see you on Wednesday. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.